Hey, what's going on, everyone? In this video, I wanted to share a quick overview of understanding the use cases of leveraging multiple AWS regions, and then go over some criteria to help you pick the right AWS region or regions for you or your business. The video I'll cut over to in a moment is taken from a course I'm slowly putting together, focused on the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner exam. The course is directly mapped to the latest exam blueprint to help make studying for the exam as easy and guided as possible. And the way I'm building out the course and the lessons, I have incorporated quizzes, and they're all designed to help you retain all the information. Now, I present all the lessons in what I hope is an engaging way with high-quality audio, video, graphics, and I focus on the active recall and a variety of memory techniques like spaced repetition built right into the course and the lessons, and to help you remember all this information. My goal is to help you develop new skills and have this information in your head when you need it. Whether you need it for, exam day if you're planning on taking an AWS exam, or maybe it's for some interview questions that come up, or most importantly, that you're prepared for the real world with all the information, and you also have the context of the whys. Why is this important to learn? Where would this come into play into the real world? What else should I be considering when making decisions? What kind of trade-offs do I need to think about? And all these are incorporated throughout the course. I throw all this real-world context at you, so you're not just memorizing the bare minimum of facts to pass an exam. The course is designed to encourage active engagement with the lesson concepts, to guide you to discover things on your own, and use the information that you're learning in various mock real-world scenarios where you need to pull together some of the information you've learned in the course. Anyways, with that, let's jump into the actual lesson here on understanding AWS multi-region use cases and region selection criteria. Welcome back. In this lesson, we'll quickly review some of the reasons to take advantage of AWS regions and also discuss what you should be thinking about when selecting your regions for your business. Now, some of this should be reviewed at this point, so we'll just keep things simple here and run through some of the core ideas for multi-region use cases. Now, first, multi-region application designs are better protected against a number of disaster scenarios. There may be natural disaster events that could take out an AWS region service capabilities, or there may be any number of human errors from both your side as an AWS customer or maybe AWS, and perhaps there's some type of AWS upgrades or changes taking place that don't go as planned and result in some sort of instability or even a complete loss of some of the core services. Now, the same goes for your business here too. Perhaps you have some type of planned deployment that goes wrong, and you need a quick way to fail back to a good environment. Regardless of the cause of the disaster scenario, having the ability to run your applications in different regions opens up many options for disaster recovery. Now, if you design things well, you can help prevent these regional disaster events from becoming a disaster for your business. There's a number of solutions that can help your business do fully automated failover between regions should the situation ever arise. Now, remember that key theme from earlier lessons to design for failure. Don't let AWS's problem become your problem. The AWS regions are great tools available to your business to prevent against these types of disasters. Use them. Now, these disaster recovery benefits are a massive use case for multi-region application design, but what else? Well, we should be keeping our end customers in mind. Do you have global customers or are customers in different parts of the country? Chances are that you can better serve your customers and reduce application latency by running your infrastructure in regions that are located closer to them. Okay, so we know multi-region designs make a lot of sense in many situations, but AWS has a ton of locations around the world today. How does one go about picking a region? Well, the answer to this is, of course, it depends. But I'll help get you thinking about a few things on your journey to select the best region or regions for you. We'll go over 4 core aspects to help narrow down the optimal region or regions for you. Now, the first one on our list of things here are compliance considerations for your business. And this needs to be the first thing you think about. If your business has compliance-based obligations or restrictions on where you need to store and process data, this can help narrow down things very fast. Maybe your data needs to stay within Canada or the UK. Whatever the case, ensure you understand what your compliance requirements are before picking a region. Next, with our remaining region choices based on our compliance filter we used, we need to look at what AWS services we need to run our workloads. Not all AWS regions are created equally. We've learned that an AWS region can have different amounts of availability zones in them, but they can also have different services and feature capabilities. Be sure to check out the links in the follow-up material to this video here, but in general, if you know what services you need and certain AWS regions simply don't offer those services, it may further narrow down your choices very quickly. So with those out of the way, we can consider a few other factors to help make a region decision. Now, how you weigh these will vary depending on your business goals, but in general, you may want to think about picking regions that are closest to your customers. Due to known physics at this time, like the speed of light, we want to avoid introducing unnecessary latency due to the data transfer limitations over very long distances. So picking a region that has the best proximity to the bulk of your customers can make a lot of sense. And last but not least, costs. You can imagine that running massive data centers and all the staffing, government regulations, tax structures, and other geographical logistics could vary greatly from region to region and impact AWS's CapEx and OpEx overhead. So because of this, AWS pricing may actually differ from region to region. Now, there's no surprises to you here as a customer, though. All this pricing information is available to you to review before making a decision about what region to select. So to summarize quickly, if you need to select an AWS region for something, first, do you have any compliance or business constraints that would limit where you can store or process your data? Then, do you know what AWS services and features you need for your workloads and what regions support all of those? And then what regions would be closest to my customers? If you're left with a few options at this point, perhaps rank them in best to worst in terms of proximity to your customers. Then maybe take a look at that list and factor in costs. Are there any price differences between the regions? Does the cost difference justify picking a different region at the expense of increasing latency for your customers? In large global enterprise environments, the answer is often a mix and match of all these factors. This is getting more into the architectural discussions here, but recall from our quick lesson on the AWS global infrastructure and edge locations, we know these edge locations can cache our data and potentially improve latency. So if we add this into our thinking here, perhaps we can pick a less expensive AWS region for our core infrastructure to save costs, but we can reduce some of the application latency our customers may experience by leveraging edge locations. Therefore, we can utilize the most cost-effective region, and it may not have adverse effects on our customers by also using those edge cache locations as well. So that concludes the lesson here. A reminder to check out the reference links in the course around the regional service availability and region pricing comparisons to help narrow down the best regions for you. Again, great job. Hope you're enjoying the course so far. Keep that learning voyage going, and don't forget to reach out to our Slack group if you have any questions. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, now if you're watching this here, this is my very first YouTube video and still figuring a lot of things out as I go into developing course content and understanding YouTube. So I'd love any feedback on the content, my delivery style, speed. Still finding talking to a camera super weird, even after doing a bunch of videos for the course so far. But yeah, let me know how I'm doing. I'd love your feedback on my content delivery, video, audio quality, whatever else. Help me help you. Now, I plan to release many more lessons from my upcoming courses and create a lot of other cloud and DevOps-based training content over the long term on this channel. Now, I'll try not to make this a habit in my videos, as I personally get annoyed with all the subscribe to my channel calls to action. But given this is my very first YouTube video here, if you're interested in learning more about cloud and DevOps topics, or just want to follow my voyage as I stumble around with content and course creation stuff, subscribe and let me know what topics I can help you out with in my next videos. See you next time.